Okay, what's up fellow homosexuals? How y'all doing? Good, I hope. This year is almost coming to an end. Well, it probably has already when this video is up, because you know I'm slow as fuck. In this video I was thinking that I would kinda, I suppose, go over my year and kinda tell you what has happened, what I've gone through. Yeah, so I was thinking of just taking like each month by month. And then we're gonna talk a bit about what my future plans for my life and this YouTube channel. And yeah, I think yeah. So let's just get into it. So of course I have not written down or planned anything of this, so this is gonna be a mess. I'm sorry. First, January and February, nothing much happened. Well, my birthday was in February, it's the 25th of February, if you're curious. For my birthday, I actually traveled to Romania to be with my boyfriend at that time. I was there for 2 weeks, so it was like from the end of February to like early March. And like, I had like a pretty good time. It was like, nothing much really happened there. Like, the first time I was there, we did a lot more stuff. So I got a little bit bored, I say, when I was there. Well, obviously we aren't together anymore, so things happen. The relationship ended in May, like I'd say end of April to early May it ended. And like, I'm not gonna go into why it ended, because I think I made a video. Yeah, you can check out that video if you wanna hear more about it. But basically we just weren't like very compatible, so it ended, and I wasn't that heartbroken, so it was fine really. Dealing with breakups has always been like a really hard thing for me, and I pretty much want to kill myself every time it happens, but that time I was pretty okay, so go me. Also around March, that was the first time I went to the Rehab center that I go to right now. It's like this kind of corporation, whatever, where they take care of people that like dropped out of school and have a hard time finding a job, and you know, whatever. So it's basically young adults with mental illnesses. And I started going there, and it felt pretty damn great to finally have people see me and like help me out and make me feel good about myself and not blame me for all my issues when it's actually illnesses. So like, I started going there from time to time. I applied for financial support. No, actually I had already done that, but it took a really long time. So I didn't get my financial support until like May. But that was really cool once I got it, because I have been stressing so much about money, so it was nice to have my own money and just be able to pay for things myself. I also met some people. It was like at the time one of my only friends' birthday, so but they were like other people coming, and I was really nervous about that, because I had like, well, I have social anxiety. But I was like, fuck it, so I went to that party. It was like a really small party, but I met like a few people, and they like ended up introducing me to so many new people. So suddenly I like started gaining like an actual friend group, which was very new to me. June was when I started going to the actual like rehab center, where it's basically like a kindergarten but for adults. So you can like to eat together, you cook, you clean, you can go, there are like drawing rooms, painting rooms, sewing rooms, there's everything. Like, so in June it was also when we like really started to hang out. Like me and this friend group I earlier mentioned, like I went to a lot of parties and it was really fun. Even though of course sometimes it kinda, you know, went a bit cray, but it's really fun to finally get to experience that. Yes, I'm playing around with a paintbrush because I moved in June. My parents were so cool, and they decided to invest in an apartment, so they bought one. So I have a small little one-room apartment. It's amazing, I love it. And I'll do an apartment tour someday when I feel like I'm ready. I'm a perfectionist and I don't think it's perfect yet. And moving was very stressful on me. Like, it was a big change, and it was very weird. But now I've been living here like for half a year, and I couldn't be happier. I live close to town, because well, my family lives like to hell, so it fucking sucked when you wanted to like go somewhere. Also, finally started my investigation for ADHD and autism around then, like maybe like June, July. In August I got my diagnosis and I got both autism, ADHD, more leaning towards ADD, but nowadays you just call it the same thing. And it isn't really a word for this, but it's not really OCD, but it's basically like it's like called like a compulsive repetitive bodily harm thing. It's basically like dermatillomania, but you bite your lips. So I basically chew the entire inside of my bottom lip to absolute shreds, and so my lower lip is only like scar tissue because I like just bite. Like I literally like rip out chunks of flesh. It's really bad, and I've done it for ages, and it's not self-harming, it's something I cannot really control. Then the fight to actually get to get medicated for ADHD started, and that took a really long time. So okay, so we're in August now. Also during summer I met a person that I was briefly dating. Maybe we started around like June, July, and it ended in like August, September, I think. Yeah, no, in September. It wasn't really like a full-on relationship. We were dating and we like had a few dates and had a good time, but it ended due to them not feeling well enough to be in a relationship. And I also felt myself that they weren't really giving me what I needed in a relationship. And yeah, so that ended, and like it was like a day or two when I felt really shitty, but then I kinda, because I realized that it was like for the better. So obviously by this time I had gotten really good at dealing with breakups, but my summer was in general really good. I got the diagnosis, I gained friends, I went to parties. Then though at the end of summer, like a lot of drama happened in the friend group, so now I like rarely see them, sadly, and a lot of people like I have completely lost contact with, and I think I also stepped back just because I just couldn't deal with the drama. I hate drama. I'm like a sponge, so I like just absorb all emotions around me, so I was just like filled with just such negativity I just couldn't deal. So it's in September, of course, something really big happened. I finally got my goddamn top surgery, and oh boy, it was a long wait. That's all I'm gonna say. When this video is up, you will probably notice that I deleted all the top surgery vlogs I uploaded. And the reason for that is it has nothing to do with like people being transphobic or anything. It's just because I don't feel comfortable having them up, and not because like of the state I was in, but more so the quality of the video and kind of the way I was, because you know I had just gone through such like a bodily trauma, so I was not myself, and I just don't feel comfortable looking at me being like that. So yeah, I deleted them. It's also a bit because I have so many videos piling up now, and that's the reason why I haven't uploaded so much, because there was just too much videos. So I decided to just scrap those, the top 30 ones at least. But I was thinking I'll just go through it like quickly here, and I'll show you my chest and kind of like how it has been healing. The surgery I had was the keyhole one, so basically you go around the nipple, so you don't get any visible scarring really, which is really cool. This issue with that is just that you don't get as flat results, and it takes a really long while before you can actually see the final result. So it has been like a really, how my chest has been looking has really stressed me out, because in my mind it still looks like I have breasts, and I felt awful about it, honestly. And it's still like not great, but it's getting better. I'll just put in some footage of my chest, like so you can see how it looked at some different stages. there you go. And now I'll show you how it looks about 3.5 months post-surgery. Ba-now. This is what it looks like. As you can see, there is still... yeah, watch YouTube demonetize my video now, you transphobic fuck. I still have like a slight fold here, but it's getting better. Like, this is still my body side, even though it looks a bit weird because it's flatter than this side. You can see like it's not super flat. There's still a lot of stuff here, so I just hope it goes down, because I would not like to, well, I would hate having to do like another surgery, even though it went fine. Then I would probably get scars and shit. I've actually just recently gained sensitivity in this nipple, so I can actually feel when I touch it, so that's pretty cool. But otherwise, like, I still don't feel much like here and stuff. So yeah, I still don't know what I feel about it, but people say it can take up to a year, so we'll just have to see what it looks like then. I actually finally continued my sleeve in December. It took me 2 years, so I'll show you. Look at it, isn't it so cute? It's like this little bat. Obviously he's supposed to be hanging, but you can see him better this way. So I'm gonna continue filling this space in like a week or so. This is what I already had going on. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I was really happy about that. I also finally got my medication. It really took like half a year for them to give me medication for ADHD. So I've like been taking it for like a week or so, and I'm kind of all over the place. It's kind of causing my brain to kind of, you know, mess with me sometimes. So right now my mentality is like not super great. I'm like confused all the time, and I don't get hungry, and I sleep weird, and yeah, it's a mess. My psychiatrist also decided to quit on me then. And I've been seeing her for like over a year, and I had grown really attached to her since she was the reason I started this whole the rehab thing and everything. I don't know if I'll ever get to see her again. That kind of sucks, because I almost saw her as a friend in the end. So yeah, and that's really everything. I mean, now I had Christmas. Christmas was pretty calm, like I didn't do much. I'm not gonna like show off what I got for Christmas, because I think that's stupid. But I got, as you probably can see, my light game stepped up. So I got some really nice lighting that I've been needing for like 2 years. So I have 3 gigantic like studio lights here in front of me. They help out a lot. So now I don't have to stress with the sunlight anymore. Fuck the sun in Sweden. And then New Year's Eve, I will be celebrating it with like a few friends. It won't be nothing too crazy. So yeah, that's kind of my year in review. I probably forgot a shit ton of stuff, but next year, well, this year. Well, I always say that I wanna like fix this up, but next year I'm really gonna try to take this seriously and actually get out as much content as I want to. And now that I've received, for instance, these studio lights, and the lighting has really been like a major issue for me, I feel really happy. So maybe I can finally do this. And I also want to start doing some different things here. Now I want to do makeup, and I'm gonna try doing some new kinds of makeup, like more prosthetics and, you know, SFX makeup. I'm gonna do more lifestyle videos, just where you can get to know me and my other interests. Because I noticed that many of you seem to be more interested in me than like the makeup I do, and I don't take offense, even though I'm like, why would you mean that? I also wanna try to do some gaming videos. I know, like, I love video games. I especially like weird indie games, horror games. So I was debating whether to make a new channel for that, or if I'm gonna put it out on this channel. And I do want to keep all my stuff in one place, Mainly because, well, it's my channel, it's about me, so I don't know. I just feel weird about making like a lot of different channels and you know all that shit. So I'm gonna test out to put them out here, and if you know I get a lot of backlash, I'll stop. But I'm just gonna play like a few games from time to time. I just wanna create like a really like chill little thing where I play like really cool, interesting games. Mainly like more story based. You know, just like yeah. And we can just experience them together. I think it will be really cool and I hope you will like it. Just in my life, I might try to finish my high school studies, so I will go to like a special kind of school where I study just one like thing at a time, so it won't be overwhelming to me and I can still keep my financial support. I'm gonna be doing a lot more body mods next year, I hope. My goal is to finish up both my arms next year, or at least both my underarms. That's really all I have planned. I don't know what I will do about work and such. My goal now is just to fix school and focus on my YouTube. I hope that one day maybe I can actually earn some actual cash on this, but I'm not gonna rely on it. But like I think last year was kinda about me just healing and getting back on track. I think this year I'm just like gonna try to kinda find my way. My goal won't be to like succeed and get a job and like be amazing, but just kinda get an idea of like which path I want to take. Like I don't really know. I try not to think too much about it, but yeah. All in all, yeah, last year was probably the best year ever for me. It had some really rough parts, but I really finally got my shit together. Well, I still don't fully have it together, but I'm like well on my way to getting better and it feels amazing. And like looking back, I'm truly proud of myself over how much I managed to accomplish and how far I got, even though it's very easy to just, you know, think of everything that you don't have and you don't think of what you've actually done. So yeah, so I'm really excited for this year. And it's gonna be interesting to see where I go. So I think that really was everything, and I gotta stop waving this around like some gay wizard. So I'll see you in my next video. So until then, have a great time.